Welcome to Toffee TV, it's the Everton News Daily. It's the 16th of May 2018 and what a mad 24 hours we've had. Boardroom shuffles with Professor Denise Barrett-Baxendale taking over as the chief executive from Robert Elston, who's left the club to become the chairman of the Rugby League Super League. That happened. Various movements within the boardroom as well, new positions created, and then this morning we had the news that Sam Allardyce had been sacked. It dropped about 9:45. The club said, and it was Professor Denise Barrett-Baxendale's first act, she said, on behalf of the chairman, the board of directors and Mr Mashiri, I'd like to thank Sam for the job he's done at Everton over the last 7 months. Sam was brought in at a challenging time last season to provide us with some stability, and we are grateful for him for doing that. However, we've made the decision that as part of our longer term plan, we're appointing a new manager this summer and we'll be commencing the process immediately again. We'd like to place on record our sincere thanks to Sam for his work with us over the last few months and wish him well for the future. So that was at like 9:45, and obviously all the news was about that. And then about, what was it? About 2:30ish, PSV, but it might have been a little bit later. PSV put out a tweet basically wishing Marcel Brands well as he takes the role at Everton Football Club as the technical director. Everton didn't confirm it till 4:30, but when they did, Farhad Mashiri said, Marcel's record of achievement has cemented his reputation across Europe, and I'm extremely pleased that we'll be bringing his drive, energy and expertise to Everton. It is clear to me our conversations that he shares in the visions and we have for the club, and he's much to contribute in making us better and more equipped to challenge the top teams in the Premier League. Bill Kenwright said, I would like to welcome Marcel to Everton Football Club. I'm looking forward to working with him. His successful track record is there for all to see, and having him here to help lead Everton forward is something which I'm sure will excite all Evertonians. Professor Denise Barrett-Baxendale said, I'm very much looking forward to working close with Marcel, whose expertise in the area of play recruitment and development pathways for young players has forged an outstanding reputation in European football, and I know that Marcel will bring an unsurpassed level of quality and prowess to his work at Everton. Chief among my priorities is to structure and resource our club to enable us to fully achieve our ambitions. We will work alongside Marcel on the recruitment of the new manager, which is now our biggest focus. He has replaced Steve Walsh, and the club said they'd like to express their thanks to Steve Walsh. We wish Steve all well in the future. And that was it on Steve Walsh. He was just basically kicked out the door, which I thought was quite hilarious. Both statements I thought were brilliant from Everton on Sam Allardyce. On Sam Allardyce. They just basically said, thanks, bye, see you later. Nothing else to add to that. Marcel Brands himself has said it's a privilege to be joining Everton as the director of football, and I'm incredibly excited to take this challenge. The fantastic passion of the fans for our club, the magnificent history of the club over the years, and the ambition and purpose we have as people tasked with driving the club forward all mean that we need to be competing for the honours against the Premier League elites. It is not a straightforward challenge, but this must be our motivation each and every day. I am looking forward to working with Farhad Mashiri, Bill Kenwright, whom I think will be entrusting me in the role and responsibility, who I thank for entrusting me. I'm also looking forward to working with the board of directors and our new CEO, Denise Barrett-Baxendale. I know we have very committed people here who want only the best for Everton. It is only a challenge such as this which would persuade me to leave PSV, where I am indebted to many people whose collective effort led them in great achievements. Now we look forward to building something really strong and lasting here at Everton. So really positive news, really positive statements. It seems like hopefully there's been an ethos change today at Everton Football Club. They've got all these appointments done really quickly. It's now down to Marcel Brands and Professor Denise Barrett-Baxendale to get a manager. They said it's going to take 10 days to 2 weeks to get a new manager in who will, as they say, it will be what the fans want, what the fans, in a style that we want to play. So it's all encouraging. It feels like they've learned the lessons and they've moved quickly to get these things in place. But what I'm also happy about is that obviously this didn't just happen today for Marcel Brands. It didn't happen this week. This is something that's been in place for a while, it seems, for it to have been done. We know it's been in the process for a while, and that is great, because for me that tells me that Marcel Brands will have been doing his homework. And if it's Marco Silva, who is now the bookies' favourite to become the new manager, then hopefully he's been doing his homework as well. If he is the man that Farhad Moshiri's wanted all along, then that's brilliant, because that means that he'll have been looking at the club, looking at the team, looking at what needs to be done, maybe even speaking to Marcel Brands. Now, obviously, we don't know if he has or not, and we don't know if he is actually the man, but if he is the man, that is really promising for the future, because that means the club have got a plan, which is something that Everton don't always have. With Steve Walsh, they brought in a director of football, someone who wasn't a director of football, and let him get on with the job. He wasn't up to it. He's proved that, and now we've brought in a man who's been, I think he's been a director of football since 2005, from AZ Alkmaar to PSV, and has been very successful doing that job. And he will be running the football side of the club, and that is exactly what we need. Somebody who knows the game in Europe inside and out, and that excites me. That really does. And now the next step is getting a manager in place. But there is a clear hierarchy now, by the looks of it. A manager will report to Marcel Brands, and that hierarchy will be there. So there won't be a dispute over whose job it is to do this or do that. It does seem like there's a clear hierarchy at Everton now, and that is exactly what we need to take the club forward. Identify new players and go out and get those players to fit in a style, not a mismatch of players that we've had over the last few years, players that play in a particular style, and that's exciting. I know this time 2 years ago we were really excited, but that's exciting because we've got to learn from the lessons and take them forward. So, a new board, a new technical director, and soon a new manager. And the transfer window opens tomorrow as well. So I've said this week it was so important that we get these things done, and we've got them done, and that is really encouraging. So fantastic news from that point of view. Jordan Pickford, he's in the England squad for the World Cup. He's been picked as the only Everton player in the squad. It looks like he might be the England number one. He'll certainly be the England number one or number two. It'll be down to what happens in the next few friendly games to whether he gets that share, but he's been picked for the World Cup. Gylfi Sigurdsson, he's been picked in the Iceland squad as well. Again, fantastic for him. He's obviously missed the last 10 or so Premier League games injured, but it looks like he's gonna make it to the World Cup. Obviously, they were always going to pick him. They were always going to take the chance, even if he only played like maybe one of the group games. There's no way they would pick anyone else. So he is in the squad as well, which is really, really fantastic. And we'll end with the sad news today. Ray Wilson, Everton left back, England left back, won the World Cup, has passed away today. Aged 83, passed away Tuesday evening. And everybody sends their condolences. Everyone at Toffee TV sends their condolences. An absolute legend, a left back who was like a modern left back, someone who could get up and down that wing. And he was Everton's only World Cup winner. And anyone who was there at the time will have seen him. And I think it was Roger Hunt running around the pitch at Goodison with the Jules Rimet trophy. Iconic image. I know, and anyone my age will have seen him years later when he came back, and I think he had the World Cup ball. I don't think he had the trophy. I think he had the ball on the pitch at Goodison, and he had those white gloves on because the ball is so precious. And I'll always remember that. I'll always remember that because I think that was an iconic image, because he wasn't someone who was always around the club. He was from Huddersfield, and he was seen as a Huddersfield fan. But I think he spent his best times at Everton. Well, it seems like anyway, because he won the World Cup when he was at Everton. So our condolences to him, an absolute legend, another member of the England 1966 team that has passed away. Ray Wilson, MBE, rest in peace. Anyway, this has been the Everton News Daily. Thank you for watching. I don't know if today's will get as busy as today. I'm hoping they will, but it's been a busy one anyway. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.